Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a classic fragrance from the house of Dior. So on today's video we have a classic fragrance from the house of Dior launched in 1991. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is a fragrance by the name of Dune, and this is what the packaging looks like. They haven't changed it. I did look at Dior's website because mine is a older bottle from 2015, so it's an older formulation at this point. But the fragrance itself has not actually changed the bottle packaging or anything of the sorts. You do still get the same bottle, which is probably not the nicest packaging out there, but it is a nice fragrance nonetheless. So fun fact about this fragrance, it is a fragrance that did win a Fifi Award in 1992. So a year after its release, it won an award, which is a very big accomplishment for a fragrance overall. It's like the Oscars of the perfume world, and it did win that itself. Dior does say that this is an ozonic fragrance with warm sand, which I can see all of that in this fragrance itself. So it does have the oceanic type of vibe to it, but it's going to be more of a, Mediterranean type of ocean. It's not going to be a Cabo or a Cancun type of vibe or anything tropical of the sorts because it's not, fruity or fresh like that. It's going to have sweetness to it. It's going to have spicy elements to it, but it's a warm sand at heart. The top notes for this fragrance are going to be aldehydes as well as Brazilian rosewood, mandarin orange, bergamot, and peonies. So you get quite a bit of, citric notes in here. You get some woody elements at top, which this is very common for fragrances that were launched in the 90s. You're going to get that spicy up top sometimes with a very beautiful citric note and a woody element. Typically how fragrances are structured now is you get your lighter notes up top, you get your more deep notes at the very bottom, and anything that is, in the middle will go essentially in the middle or the heart of the fragrance itself. This one's built like they used to build them in the 90s, essentially. Then in the middle, you're going to get your floral notes. You're going to get ylang ylang, rose, jasmine, lily, and mustard. So mustard is one of the notes in this actual fragrance, and you can definitely see it because it does have that spice, that kick to the actual fragrance when you first apply it. That does dissipate. It's not going to be a very spicy fragrance all around, through its dry down. Then in its base, it's going to have sandalwood, patchouli, musk, ambergris, benzoin, oak moss, and vanilla. So you do get, quite a bit of green elements here. You're going to get some spicy elements here. You're going to get some sweet elements here and a lot of woody elements in this actual base of a fragrance. It's a really well thought out fragrance. The perfumers for this fragrance was Dominique Roupion as well as Jean-Louis Sevic, and there's another one that I cannot pronounce, but I will list it down here. But yes, it was a collaborative effort back in the 90s. So Dominique Roupion is obviously known worldwide for being one of the best fragrance makers or the best perfumers out there. He now works a lot with Frederic Malle, and he's also done some Tom Ford fragrances. He's kind of jumped around to different actual houses, but he's very known for working very well and very tightly and closely with Frederic Malle. Really quick word of advice. So you can see my card here that I sprayed. This fragrance does stain your actual papers, so I'm assuming it's going to stain your clothes too. So if you're going to wear a white outfit or anything that's going to be light, I would spray it on skin and let it dry and then get dressed because otherwise you're going to get it all over your actual clothes. This might just be an older formulation thing because vanilla as an actual note does tend to oxidize. So if you have vanilla in any fragrance, it's going to get darker as it ages because it's obviously going to oxidize. It's going to become a deeper color, which can also stain clothing. So just keep that in mind because it does have vanilla at its base. That's why we're getting that staining effect here. To me, this fragrance is a very sexy, sultry fragrance with warm elements. So it's warm sand. It does have oceanic notes in here or an oceanic type of vibe. It's also going to have that very beautiful powdery element because of the aldehydes in this fragrance. It does have those beautiful mandarin touches in it as well with a little bit of bergamot up top. It's a very 90s fragrance, so I know some of these notes can be a little bit deceiving because we're used to seeing them in a lot of new fragrances, but do keep into consideration that this is a spicy, warm, a floral fragrance. It's what you would originally call an oriental fragrance, but we don't use that term anymore. I don't think so. So do we use that term anymore? But it is a very sexy, warm, floral at heart with some spices in it. It's going to be something like Coco de Parfum. I do tend to like this a little bit more than Coco Dio de Parfum because it's going to have a little bit of a lighter, airy touch to it. Coco is a very beautiful fragrance, and I do love that fragrance by Chanel. It's one of my absolute favorite fragrances by the House of Chanel, but this one itself is a little bit more versatile. You can wear it, to a date night, you can wear it clubbing, you can wear it to a very nice event. You can also wear it on your leisure or your free time or downtime. I wouldn't say that this is going to be a fragrance that I would recommend for the summer months by any means. I think it's more of a fall winter type of scent because it does have that sweet, spicy floral base, and because of that, it can be a little bit overwhelming when it comes to the actual spring and summer months. But I would say you are still able to wear it during those months. It's just not going to be a very loved note or very loved fragrance at that point. So Dior has this on their website, and they have it listed for $130 US for the Eau de Toilette, which is the one that I have here. And just so you know, it only comes in one size, so 100 mils or 3.4 fluid ounces, which is the size that I've got here. I would certainly recommend this one. Now, I would go and smell it first. It's not going to be a top selling fragrance by any means, but if you're into fragrances that are classic and sexy, such as number 5, Poison, Opium, Coco, Thierry Mugler's Angel or Alien, then I would certainly say that you're probably going to like Dune. It's a very 90s sexy floral fragrance that has that spicy element. It's going to be very empowering, very over the top. It's a little dramatic, but it's also very light and airy. So it also lends itself to being a little bit more free spirited, a little bit more playful. And I think that's what I like about this fragrance is that it's a little bit more playful than Coco Dio de Parfum. They smell similar, so do try them both if you're trying to decide which one to get between Coco Dio de Parfum by Chanel or Dune. And I would certainly say to try both of them side by side because they do have some similarities to it. They also have similar notes as well, but you're going to get great performance, great longevity, and it's going to last you all freaking day. I wish we had fragrances in today's market that lasted all day like this, but we don't, unfortunately. Now we have Libre or Si by Giorgio Armani or Born in Roma, which is the Valentino one. I mean, we have terrible fragrances now, but that's besides the point. What do you guys think about this fragrance? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know down in the comments. Have you tried Dune by Dior? Let me know that all down below. Make sure to also give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more fragrance related content. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.